there are clear behind the scenes moves to impeach William Samoei Ruto as the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. And those moves did not begin yesterday. They've been here for a very long time. But whether they're going to succeed or not is something which we still can't tell. But there are plans to impeach William Samoei Ruto. I want us to go to our constitution and check what our constitution is saying about impeaching the deputy president. Let me just consult the constitution. The Constitution of Kenya, Article 150, on the removal of the deputy president. It says, number 1, the deputy president may be removed from office, A, on the ground of physical and mental incapacity to perform the functions of the office. So ideally, nobody can use that to impeach William Samoei Ruto. So that one is out of equation. And then B is the impeachment. And this is what they are planning to do. On impeachment, number 1, on the ground of gross violation of a provision of this constitution or any other law. So that's the first ground, gross violation of the provisions of the constitution. Number 2 is where there are serious reasons to believe that the deputy president has committed a crime under national and international law. So that's the second ground. The third ground is for gross misconduct. So those are the 3 grounds which can be used to impeach a deputy president. And it says at number 2, the provisions of Article 144 and 145 relating to the removal of the president shall apply, with the necessary modification to the removal of the deputy president. Now, can these guys remove the deputy president, William Samoei Ruto, based on those 3 grounds? I want you to listen to James Orengo yesterday very keenly. James Orengo actually explained in a very simple term the grounds they are going to use to impeach William Samoei Ruto. James Orengo yesterday accompanied Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka to record a statement with the DCI. Listen in briefly.
Our first complaint is on incitement under the Constitution and under the Penal Code and the Ethic and Cohesion Act. And I must remind you that the Ethic and Cohesion Act does not just apply to groups. You can incite violence by making statements against a person. So that's the first complaint. The second one is abuse of office. Under the Constitution, the Leadership and Integrity Act, under the Penal Code, there's an offense known as abuse of office, which we have stated very clearly in the statement which has been recorded by His Excellency, the Vice President. Then there's a law that is rarely used in this country, and people have forgotten that it exists. Criminal libel. The Vice President, rather the Deputy President, has committed the offense of criminal libel. You are not allowed to defame any person in this country on the basis of falsehoods, lies, or incitement. And I invite the press to go and look at that law, section 194 to 199 of the Penal Code. And then he has also committed the offense of uttering false information designed to cause disaffection and hatred.
Now, let me be on record first before we go into all this. Number one, personally, I don't think impeaching William Samoei Ruto is going to serve the interest of President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga. Number two, impeaching William Ruto is going to give him unnecessary sympathy. And number three, this idea of impeaching Ruto is an ideal reason for him, if it's going to be implemented, to leave Jubilee Party. So we'll have a reason for leaving Jubilee Party. That's my own reasons. But this scheme has been here. Let us try and figure out, before I give you the detailed schemes, let's just figure out what has been happening. President Uhuru Kenyatta attended the burial of Hannah Mudavadi. And you all remember what the president said there. Then from there, Mudavadi's allies, led by Ayub Savula, issued a statement stating that they are going to impeach the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto. And their statement was very clear, and I think I did a comprehensive video on that. Then it ended there. Then from nowhere, Kalonzo Musyoka, from nowhere, who is known to be the gentleman of Kenyan politics, responded to William Samoei Ruto attacks ruthlessly. And the moment he responded, he was accompanied by Mutula Kilonzo. Mutula Kilonzo is the legal advisor to Kalonzo Musyoka and one of his key allies. What Kalonzo Musyoka wanted to achieve by that statement was to provoke Ruto to respond. Then Kalonzo Musyoka then Jana took himself to the DCI. After taking himself to the DCI, James Orengo uttered those words. So basically what Kalonzo Musyoka is trying to do is trying to clean himself and challenging William Samoei Ruto to also go and clean himself. And that's why in their response, William Ruto's legal advisor, Kipchumba Murkomen, challenged Kalonzo Musyoka to go to the EACC instead of the DCI. Because according to Kipchumba Murkomen, Kalonzo was going to the DCI because he knows so well that the DCI is going to clean him, and also these other charges against the deputy president are also going to be escalated. Because you all know the relationship between the DCI, George Kinoti, and William Samoei Ruto. So the schemes are there. And this is now how these things has been schemed. Number one, there was the Jubilee Party takeover by President Uhuru Kenyatta. That's when it was clear that there were plans against the deputy president. By that time, it was not clear whether it was going to be this impeachment. But now I can understand that the motive for the takeover was part of this strategy of impeaching William Samoei Ruto. So once the Jubilee takeover was completed, William Samoei Ruto and all his allies were removed from the Jubilee leadership. So which means William Ruto today doesn't have a political party, although he has formed a new political party called the United Democratic Alliance, ODA Party. Once these guys were done with that, then the focus now shifted to parliament. Then parliament takeover also took place. It took place at a time when majority of Kenyans thought that President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga cannot take control of parliament because William Ruto had more members of parliament in parliament. Basically, there was this notion that William Ruto was controlling parliament. So again, they engineered that takeover successfully. After that was achieved, then they went to test the ground. How deep is William Ruto's support in the country? Actually, this was even done before Jubilee Party takeover. So they wanted to test how deep is William Samoei Ruto's support in the country. So they identified one of his key supporters and the thug. They went for Baba Yao, Ferdinand Waititu. And Waititu was impeached. The people of Kiambu never demonstrated over the impeachment of Waititu. So from there, they were sure that if Kiambu did not demonstrate over the removal of the deputy president, then what's going to happen? probably Nairobi, because of Sonko and other people. Then they went again to Sonko. Sonko was again removed. Nothing really happened there. He was removed. Today, Sonko is actually out of office. In fact, let me just listen to this guy very briefly.
Niliambia Sonko airport. Niliambia Sonko vile mimi naona story, usienda Karen. Ngambia tafadhali usiende Karen. Hata mimi niliambia kankata sungine usiende Karen, tafadhali wachana naye. Sonko alienda Karen na gari na bodyguard, alirudi kama anajiendesha. Ndio hiyo nyumbani. Wana Waititu mahali alienda. Waititu alienda Karen, alirudi bila dereva. Alijiendesha nyumbani. So, hii mambo ya Karen sasa kama uko kwa serikali kaa kando. Usijaribu kupingana na state. State hauwezi. Naitwa state machinery. You cannot manage. Never. Hii ni ngumu. Hii ni maji moto. Ina kama ya Bogoria inachamuka na mvua inanyesha.
So they executed that scheme smoothly. Then they went for the fourth thing. Provocation phase. So the president, his allies have been provoking William Samoei Ruto. They want Ruto to either resign or they want Ruto to feel angry. And of course they've succeeded. William Samoei Ruto is very angry. William Ruto is very bitter today. Because these guys wanted him to be very bitter. They wanted him to be very angry. But one thing he has refused to do is to resign. Because again, William Ruto, we know, cannot operate outside government. He has never operated outside government. Today, if you remove the office of the deputy president from William Ruto, I don't even think he will have the capacity to organize meetings in Nairobi, because those meetings are actually organized through his office in Karen. So they've been provoking Ruto. Tojo has been provoking Ruto. Karaja Kibicho. You go there, you find David Murade provoking William Ruto. Actually provoking William Ruto. Everybody, these guys are provoking William Ruto. Even the president is provoking William Samoei Ruto to get angry. So that phase, they've not completed. Now they are in their final phase, which is the impeachment himself, the removal of the deputy president, William Samoei Ruto. And in my considered opinion, these guys are not here to remove or to impeach William Samoei Ruto. That's not their main objective. What they want to do is simple. These guys want to expose William Samoei Ruto and again provoke him. If this debate is going to be brought before parliament, then it means parliamentarians are going to debate over it. And it's going to be beamed live on your TV. Citizen TV will air it live. NTV will air it live. Personally, I'll be following it live. You will be following the proceedings live. KTN is going to air it live. All the radio stations. So which means the focus of the country is going to be on that impeachment. Then the person who is going to initiate it is going to rise up and start highlighting all this. Why they fail. Let me just refer to this. Because the first ground is gross violation of the provisions of the Constitution. So this guy is going to explain how William Ruto has violated the Constitution and therefore not fit to hold office. So Kenyans will be glued listening. Hey, kwani this has been happening. And because we have deep state will also be feeding them with more details. Then number two is where there are serious reasons to believe that the deputy president has committed a crime under the national or international law. So again here, these guys are going to expose how William Ruto has committed serious, or there are serious reasons that Ruto has committed crime under Kenyan law or international law. So because of the system, these guys are going to explain while Kenyans are watching. Then there is also this last part, which is the gross misconduct. They are going to explain to Kenyans how William Ruto has conducted himself in a gross manner. So basically, they are going to use the occasion, not necessarily to remove him, but to expose him, because that's something they've been yearning for. And if you look at their strategy, it is very clear that they are not going through Raila Odinga or his allies. They are now opted for the safe pair of hands and the gentleman of Kenyan politics, Musalia Mudavadi and Kalonzo Musyoka. And why do you think they are going for Kalonzo Musyoka? Why do you think they are going for Musalia Mudavadi? Very simple. If Raila Odinga was to initiate this, the people of Central Kenya would easily politicize it. In fact, this would be a big news today. If Orengo had stated this, if, for example, Raila Odinga stated that they are going to impeach William Ruto. So I think in the mind and the strategy of the system, they are saying that if we use Raila Odinga, these guys are going to politicize it. They are going to go to Central Kenya, and because Central Kenya hate Raila Odinga, then it's going to invoke emotional attacks on Raila Odinga. So they are telling Raila, we relax. Wacha Kalonzo Musyoka kuje. And that's why you saw Kalonzo Musyoka, a totally different Kalonzo Musyoka, addressing the media. That's why you saw Musalia Mudavadi going to a radio station, Kameme FM, a day after the president had been there, just to explain to the people of Kenya that the deputy president does not respect the president. So there is a scheme to impeach William Ruto, and not necessarily to impeach him and remove him, but just to move that motion in parliament to expose him. Let me hear your thoughts. Thank you, guys.